Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I want to do a follow-up video for WWE 2K25 on the Nintendo Switch 2. And this is basically a video for 2K and Visual Concepts themselves. So if you guys are watching, I just want to say great job on getting this to function so well and run so well on the Nintendo Switch 2. I'm very impressed. I can't believe you got everything on here, like My Rise, Universe, the Island. Everything I've tested out so far works pretty dang good. The server connection is pretty good. I haven't played versus matches online because I don't really care about playing against other people, but for the most part, the game runs really, really well. It loads fast. It looks good. I'm very impressed. So great job there. But over on Reset Era, I read this article, and it leads me to believe you have no intention of adding the cross-community creations or the image uploader to the system. And it sounds like it's because of Nintendo's moderation. They're afraid of adult content getting uploaded via the image uploader because, I mean, that's very difficult to moderate when thousands and thousands of images get uploaded. But I don't think that's the case because it was allowed in 2K18. So anyway, let me read this thing from Reset Era, and then we'll discuss. All right, so I found this article on Reset Era, and it says WWE 2K25 only released on Nintendo Switch 2 yesterday, July 23rd, as of the making of this video, but fans have already noticed that community creations and the image uploader to import them are missing from its Switch 2 version. If you are playing on the Switch 2, you won't be able to upload or view custom images from other platforms. 2K explains in the game's FAQ. Later on, addressing a different question, the publisher added, Nintendo Switch 2 players will not see image uploader-based community creations from any platform or be able to upload their own. I'm sorry, what? Let's continue reading. This means the community's popular user-created content, like custom arenas and creator wrestlers, will not be available on Switch 2. You literally just kneecapped your own game with this, but are still accessible on PC, PS5, Xbox, and last-gen consoles, respectively. It says, while it's easy to chalk it up to tighter rules on Nintendo's family-friendly platform, as some fans on the WWE Games subreddit point out, WWE 2K18 for Nintendo Switch offered community creations just fine. And then it goes on to say, community creations in this case refer to custom wrestlers and custom arenas. Seems like an odd choice, especially given that 2K18 on the original Switch almost 8 years ago allowed players to make community creations, as do last-gen consoles. Creating your own custom wrestler has always been one of the big draws of wrestling games for a long time, so this feels like a particularly glaring omission. Article goes on to talk about owners of the game requesting refunds. And yes, even in my comment section, there's a couple people that were getting refunds, and Nintendo actually granted them. At least they said they did, but Nintendo's real stingy. Maybe they got lucky. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like you guys should have been like upfront with this. Of course, it would have affected sales. It's a huge feature, but to try to like, oh wait, we'll just wait till they buy it and figure it out. That's, I don't know. That feels a little dirty to me. I'm just being honest, but. I don't understand. Like, was that the sacrifice that had to be made to make the game function so well on the Switch? Because it runs really good. Is that the cause of all the issues on the PlayStation 5 and Series X version? Is all the user-created content? Probably. That's probably why you guys blocked cross-community creations with PC, because a lot of the modded content F's up the game. I understand that. But not being able to do the bare minimum, an image uploader on the Switch, just have more restrictive, like, I don't know if you guys would have to build a better system to detect, adult content, images, and stuff like that. I mean, maybe your guys are building that for 2K26. I have no idea what's going on. All I know is that the lack of this feature pretty much makes the Switch 2 version useless to me. Because the main reason I bought the Switch 2 version was to make wrestlers on the go and then upload them to the community creations and download them on my PlayStation and continue playing. I was going to use the Switch 2 version as basically like my creation suite tool that I could create wrestlers at work on my break. I could create wrestlers while I'm driving somewhere. Well, not while driving, like stuck somewhere waiting for somebody. The DMV, going to the doctor's office, going to the hospital. There's a lot of people in my family that have been going to the hospital a lot lately. So there's just a lot of stuff that you could do if you enabled community creations, cross community creations, and at the bare minimum, an image uploader. I mean, currently I can't even make my arena. I can't make my awesome championship belts that I made the last couple games. You don't really realize how much you rely on the image uploader until it's not there. I mean, there are tons of other promotions and wrestlers that people upload, like AEW wrestlers. There's TNA wrestlers that didn't make the cut, NXT wrestlers that didn't make the cut. There's a ton of wrestlers that people make every single year that don't get added, that now we can't make them. You know what I mean? Dude, if you did implement cross community creations right away, that's a huge vat of stuff for people to use. I don't think you'd block it because you're afraid of people wanting to not buy your DLC. I don't think that's the case, because people are still going to buy the DLC. But I mean, is that the case? I don't think you guys would do that. I don't think you'd purposely block a feature because you're afraid of losing money. I feel like it has to be, the only logical explanation is that you didn't have that much time to make the game or make the port, and if you did implement it, it probably was causing a bunch of bugs, and you didn't have time to fix it. So in order to get the game out before too late, because the next one's coming out in less than 6 months now, because these games' lives are pretty much less than a year. Is this what had to be sacrificed to get the game to run and look so good? Because now I'm just trying to make sense of this. Like, the only thing that makes sense, and I know I just said this, is you wanted to make a really good first impression. Like, look how good we got 2K to run on the Nintendo Switch 2. Sure, it doesn't have all the bells and whistles, even though you guys should have said that up front. Next year, we're going to become feature complete. We're going to have image uploader. We're going to have cross community creations with, PS5 and Series X. And we've already proven that it runs well. Please buy our game on the Nintendo Switch 2. Like, if you really want people to buy 2K26 on the Nintendo Switch 2, the next year's game, if you are in fact going to release it at the same time. I don't know if it was too late in the life. I mean, you got this one up right away, and it seems like it was an easy port because you guys got it up pretty quick. If you're going to get 2K26 up at the same time as the other systems, which would be awesome, and it is completely feature complete, no holdbacks other than maybe a slight graphical things like HDR or stuff like that lacking, kind of like this one does, I'll probably just buy it on the Switch. The ability to play it on my TV or on the go without having to transfer saves or do some weird crap, and it's literally just right there natively on the system without streaming, like the PlayStation Portal. If it wasn't a streaming device, I would literally just get the PlayStation Portal so I can keep playing my PS5 version. I've always wanted a wrestling game where I could just literally play it anywhere, and I thought this was it. And it's like it's right there. So I guess, long story short, I'm begging you, I'm asking you, I'm pleading with you, please, for the next few months, at the very least, please add the image uploader to 2K25 on Nintendo Switch 2. If you can't get cross-community creations to work, that's fine. I can live with that. But please give us the image uploader. We need it. The community needs it for the Switch 2 version. I'm begging you. Anyway, thank you for watching. Sound off comments below. How do you feel about this? This is a huge bummer for me because I just wanted to create wrestlers on the go and upload them and play them on other platforms. And obviously played on this too. But, man, what a letdown. Plays great. Looks great. If you don't care about creating content or creating wrestlers, it's a great buy. I would recommend it. It plays fantastic. It's one of the best games on the Switch currently. But if you want to make wrestlers or download wrestlers from other people, well, it's going to be very limited. It's going to be like the old days. Thanks for watching, and stay frosty.